It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll be watching the Oilers' creative quarterback. He was a tour de force a week ago. 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Oilers and the Golden Eagles, and it's coming up next.
Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Oilers taking on the Gold. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go. But if he can keep going to the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January. And he could very well walk away with the MVP.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. White looks to throw. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off play action, here's White. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago. 12 carries, 52 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's White. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Elliott is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Richardson off the play fake. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 85 yards.
And during preparation for the game, you notice where guys rank in the league in terms of statistical categories. He's 4th in the league in receiving yards. That caught my attention in a positive way.
Now left side on the swing pass. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
3rd down and 1. Gibbs will try and pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. 2nd down. It's White. Wide open receiver complete. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The play fake, now White. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Houston.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now White. They set up the screen to Foreman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards, a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now White with a 1st down throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. And CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, Most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the thing they were looking for.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Richardson looking to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take it at the 42. 6-0 our score after one.
Golden Eagles, nothing.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll go with Akers here up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
White on second down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, it's White. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Akers trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now White. Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Oilers are able to add on to that lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Play action. Now Richardson. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Houston's offense taking over again. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That escapes the sack. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Nolan Smith on the coverage defensively.
To throw, White. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Here's White. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. White. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years of not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up.
And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
White on 3rd and long. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Richardson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Montez Sweat showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarter.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Play action. Here's White. A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 23-yard line.
Looking to throw. White. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in this first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch. On 1st and 10, White. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. 2nd and 10, again it's White. And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Off play action, here's White. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards.
And that's impressive because Joe Namath, my goodness, he could throw a football. I mean, it was just gorgeous the way he threw it.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Oilers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Chicago offense set to get started. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Here's Richardson to throw. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Complete to Jahmyr Gibbs. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Richardson to throw off play action. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This is caught by Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Richardson's throw going into the hands of Williams. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Meanwhile, Richardson's this throw taken in by Johnston. And he's got this down to the 35. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Deebo Samuel, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Desmond Ridder, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And that one all tied. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. For this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Brian Burns getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Fox. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. Shifts by him. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Richardson. That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. Jamison Williams. 46 yards. And the Golden Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Richardson will throw for it.
And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a two-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the two-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now White.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. White looks to throw. A little short pass. This is Everett. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 42-yard line.
White off play action. That's out to the flat for Akers.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
To throw, White. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
And Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now it's Richardson.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Richardson off the play fake.
That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 17, and it also gives him the first down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire 4th remaining. So, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, Richardson yet again.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Richardson looking to throw this. Being chased out left. Shoves him aside. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On third down, Solomon, and this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Richardson to the air on first down.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
It's Williams on the catch.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And outbounds right around the 20. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now Richardson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the... Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger
From a yard out.
and the Golden Eagles get a bit closer. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown by Daniel Bellinger.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Houston's offense taking over again.
They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half with Gibbs.
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Off play action, here's White. And he fends him off. And now he's swallowed up and taken down. Zadarius Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon. The CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
On 1st down, it's White. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line.
Now White. Looking middle, and that's complete. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st. Here's White. And he's got it. Touchdown. Sam Laporta, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Oilers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Golden Eagles 15.
This taken in right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Richardson working from the gun. It's complete to Williams. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Finding Williams once more, complete. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That's good for a first down. 1st and 10 at the
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to the air with Richardson.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10.
Richardson looking to throw.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Play action. Here's White. That is caught by Laporta.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
1st down, Oilers.
To throw, White. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll give this to Akers running right.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
A gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now White. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
Cam Akers
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Oilers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. 1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Richardson looking to throw this. He gets it to Johnston.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
They go play action with Richardson.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Touchdown.
Quentin Johnston,
50 yards.
And the Golden Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as it comes with exactly a minute. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Cam Akers
with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Oilers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Golden Eagles 23.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect 2nd half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the 2nd half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Richardson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. That is incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Richardson on 2nd and 10. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Houston, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.